Hey guys, how's it going? So finally got all the stuff in the container. We got moved down to where we're at now, and gotta get started on building the wall between the workroom and the layout room. And then the next step is the shelves. I'll show you what I got going on here. So we got everything moved down here. Just lots of stuff, taking up a lot of space. So the first step I'm working on right now is building this wall. I'm gonna do a 32-inch door in the middle, a wall on each side. With this being kind of a limited space, I don't want to have a door swung open because most of the time it'll be open. The main reason for the door is if I'm just working in this room to be able to heat it up and keep it warm, not have to heat the whole container. But this container ended up only being 7'8" wide. So a 32-inch door slid one way or the other is going to stick out like 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is just build a pocket door, and I'll just have it slide a little bit each way. Reasoning for that, I don't want it sliding against the wall because on one side or the other, I'm not 100% sure yet, I'm going to have the layout go through the wall and have kind of a staging, maybe 2-3 tracks along the wall above the workbench to where I can swap cars on or off the layout, have a drawer of cars and stuff like that. Just be a little easier than having to walk them out here to whatever yard I have. So here's the 3 boxes stacked. We'll have to go a little bit above that with the framework and the fascia. So I'll have to measure, but I don't have any dimensions yet. About that high. Above that, we're going to build shelves next after the wall's done. So I kind of want the bottom of the fascia of the top to be my eye level or a little bit lower so that I'm not seeing the lights underneath there. So then we'll have the shelves and then boxes. That's where all this loose stuff can go up there for the time being while I'm building everything underneath. And then these obviously are meant to be underneath the nice boxes. So we'll start with the shelves up top. Layout's gonna be 2 feet wide the whole way. It's a little bit uniform looking, but we'll kind of mitigate that with the track plan, not following the edge type of thing. So the shelves are also gonna be 2 feet. So what I'm gonna do is weld a piece of angle iron every 4 feet, I figured. Because up top, we're gonna have a board running on each side. And then what I'm thinking is I'm gonna run a piece of threaded rod down to the shelves to hold up this side. The wall side will just be a piece of angle iron with a screw through it to hold it against the wall. But then I'm gonna I bought some lights. I have a little board going across every 4 feet, every piece of angle iron probably about. And then have just a little kind of a spotlight is what I got so that it doesn't shine on the shelves. It shines mostly down into the walkway. And then to make it look nice, everything's gonna be black above, and then probably have a curtain covering all these boxes above. Below, you're gonna have the layout and fascia, and then same thing with the curtain down, blocking everything. Everything's gonna be black below and black above. The lighting, I did LED strip lights, color changing stuff, so I can do kind of bluish tints, stuff like that for nighttime stuff. Yeah, that's where we're at. I got a little welder just for this project, so I don't want to tie up my other one or haul it back and forth. It's just a little Lincoln weld pack, they're good little welders, but it's about all I need for this job, a little wire welder. This is the switching layout I had. 10 feet. Kind of have, it's hard to tell. It's a weird angle. So I'm looking at it backwards and upside down and from the top. but just one track coming in. You got a little siding, and then this is just kind of going to be I guess, what do you call it? Kind of a multi-use transfer track, so you could unload logs or sand cars or whatever. And this was a warehouse along the wall, and then this was actually a gravel or sand place. So maybe not sand cars at that place, but and that kind of just went through, and then it's gonna put like a conveyor belt over the top to kind of hide where it goes into the backdrop. And it's really bad angle to tell, but it was kind of going to be just marshy areas, and the tracks are kind of built around it, and had a little bridge built. Can't really see it, but it's upside down. At this point, this is code 100, just extra stuff I had laying around. I think I'm going to do code 70 for the whole thing, just because it's all really secondary tracks. So I might just completely scrap this and start over. I like the plan of it, but having this amount of space, which is looking like less and less when I think about it, but I'm just gonna kind of restart and be able to spread things around a little better. Not have it so condensed in one little area. But the whole theme for the layout is Wisconsin Central, just Northwoods, kind of a conglomeration of all the little spurs and tracks that existed or still exist, and eventually it'll just be a spur off of the rest of the layout. And that meaning this is kind of this container idea. It kind of has no limits to as much as you can expand it, right? So I could put another 40 foot right next to it, and then another 40 foot, and then have some on the ends, and just cut a hole through the wall and a doorway and just keep expanding it in loops or whatever, you know. And that might make sense if I'm moving a bunch, but we'll kind of have to see how it goes. This is going to be fairly permanent in here. I mean, the shelves should come out with a screw, so it could be moved into a building, but it's kind of a cool idea to have it on its own and then not have to build a separate structure. And above these shelves, I'm going to throw this AC unit through the wall, probably right here against the wall, this dividing wall. Just cut a square and have it sticking out there. And then maybe build some kind of vent so I could divert the air into this room, or have it all in this room, or half and half, whatever. But that's where we're at right now. I think we're gonna do some welding, and got some little piece of angle iron I want to put. We'll put one on each side of the door, and then two on the walls, and then probably just one on this, or two on the ceiling total. And yeah, that'll be enough to hold that wall in place, and then we'll frame out the rest of it later on after these shelves are built. But then the spray foam will kind of hold everything real nice too. And then just put up some kind of paneling over it all. And I think this room will be white, and then this room will be black, just completely ceiling black, floor. I'm not gonna do much with the floor, but I'll probably get those square tiles with the foam tiles, so it's nice to stand in here. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna start working on that wall, and I'll make a video on how that goes. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.